If you want to become a better photographer but you're short on time, then this could be your new daily ritual. Just 10 minutes a day, and seriously, that's all you'll need. Every photographer I've ever taught has said the same thing at some point. I want to train my eye, but I don't know how. So today I'm going to give you a simple, habit-forming visual workout that takes less time than making a cup of tea. If you're new here, my mission is to make photography simple, inspiring and fun. And if you want more clarity and confidence in your photography, grab my ebook, totally free when you sign up to my newsletter. The link's in the description for you. Okay then, let's get on with training your eye. Let me explain this a little because the why is what makes this routine so powerful. Most people think great photographers are just naturals, as if they're born seeing light and composition, but they're not. They're just paying attention more often and more intentionally than everybody else. And this workout gives you a structure for exactly that. We're essentially training your brain to notice things automatically, how light rolls off a surface, how shapes repeat, how lines guide the eye. And once you install that awareness, it never switches off. You carry it into every shoot, every scene, and every moment. The magic is that you're not learning settings here, you're learning seeing, and that's what makes a photographer. Photographers don't improve by accident, they improve by looking mindfully. When you train your eye, you start seeing light, shape, tone, and moment everywhere. And when you're able to see more, you'll end up getting better photos. Part of the problem is that most people wait for free time to practice, which, let's be honest, doesn't exist. So this is why we should build a daily habit. Just 10 minutes, in, out, done. And consistency beats intensity every time. And what we're about to do is the perfect balance of simple, challenging, and actually a bit of fun. So here's what you'll do every day. A 3-minute light study. 3 photos of repeating shapes. 3 frames with no people. And 1 frame where composition matters more than the subject. This is like a gym session for your visual brain. Short reps, clear focus, and noticeable results. So let's break it all down. Now let's dig deeper into why this matters. Light is the raw material of photography, and yet most beginners never actually study it. They chase good light, but can't describe what makes it good. This 3-minute practice quietly builds your light photography, and each time you do it, you're learning how contrast shifts in real time, how hard light creates sharp-edged shadows, how soft light wraps gently around the subject, and how colour temperature changes throughout the day. Once you've done this for a week or two, you'll start predicting light, and that's when your photography improves in leaps and bounds. So first, set a timer for 3 minutes, that's all you'll need. Then, wherever you are, just observe the light. Where is it coming from? What shape is it creating? What are the shadows? What's the colour of the light? And what textures stand out in it? And you're not taking photos yet, you're watching, training your brain to see subtleties you may have been walking past for years. Studying light is incredibly powerful because it separates the thinking from the shooting. Most beginners try to do both at once, and that's a bit like trying to learn guitar while performing a solo on stage. This is meant to be just quiet practice, no pressure, just looking and seeing. And 3 minutes is perfect, short enough to be doable, but long enough to sharpen your eye and make a difference. Now let's expand this a bit too. Patterns are one of the foundations of strong composition. When you train your eye to spot them on the fly, everything else improves. Leading lines, balance, rhythm, symmetry, you name it. And here's the thing, most people walk past patterns because they're hiding in plain sight. A row of chairs, the tiles in a bathroom, shadows from a fence, even books on a shelf. This small daily task builds a subconscious alertness for order in the world, which you can then use to create more intentional, more designed photographs, if that makes sense. And the next step is to take 3 photos of repeating shapes. The human eye loves patterns because repetition creates structure and visual rhythm. And when you train yourself to see it, you'll start finding order amongst the chaos. Keep a lookout for triangles in staircases, repeating windows on buildings, lines of trees, or even household objects lined up in rows. The whole point is to get your eye looking for design elements, not just stuff. And because you're just shooting 3 photos, you're forced to be selective, and that selectiveness is what helps make a strong photographer. Okay, so let's add a little more depth here. When you remove people from your frame, you're forced to lean on pure composition, and this is where you start developing sophistication in your work. You begin to notice how shadows fill space, how textures hold weight in the frame, how negative space creates calm, and how lines move your eye through an image. If you can make a really powerful photo without a human subject, your composition skills are growing quickly, and it'll definitely show the next time you do photograph people. And this one is actually harder than it seems, because our eyes naturally lock onto people, so when you remove people from your frame, you're forced to compose using shape and space. So try to photograph objects, light, shadow, texture, and negative space. This is kind of like playing a song with the vocals removed. You start hearing all the instruments properly. And shooting images without people teaches you to be deliberate. You can't rely on a face to carry the picture. You have to use everything else. So now let's add a little more to it, because this is the heart of the workout. This one frame teaches you to stop relying on interest in things and start relying on your decisions. That's what separates snapshots from photographs. And a boring subject is a perfect training tool. Why? Because it forces you to move your feet, change heights, adjust spacing, simplify the frame, and get rid of clutter. You're not documenting something, you're designing the image. When you master this skill, everything you shoot improves. Portraits, landscapes, street photography, still life, you name it. And now for the final rep. Take one photo where the subject doesn't really matter, but the composition absolutely does. This is where your eye really starts to wake up. Photograph something completely ordinary. A bin, a lamp, a pile of books, literally anything. Your job here is to make it work purely through angle, spacing, balance, leading lines, shape, or negative space. And doing this helps you improve much quicker. When you can make a boring subject look interesting, you're no longer relying on good locations or good luck. You're becoming a thinking photographer. And this one exercise will supercharge your compositional skills. And imagine what you'll then be able to do with interesting subjects. To get the most from this idea, do it every day for 7 days. No pressure, no perfect results needed, just a tiny daily habit. By day 3, you'll probably notice you're seeing light differently. By day 5, you'll start spotting patterns before you even raise the camera. By day 7, your eye will feel sharper, more intuitive, and more awake. It's like polishing a lens that's been a bit dusty for years. And if you do miss a day, no need to panic. Cut yourself some slack and just pick up where you left off. Habits built through consistency, not perfection. And I'd really love to know how you get on with this. So here's your challenge. Do the visual workout for 7 days, then come back to this video and leave a comment on how it changed for you and tell us how it helped. I read and respond to everyone. You'll be surprised how many people are on this journey with you and how we can actually help one another. And if you do want a place to share your work, get feedback and grow with other photographers, join our free Photography Foundations community over on School. It's for beginners and early intermediates who just want straightforward explanations, friendly support, and a place where no one makes you feel silly for asking anything. We've got live calls, a warm forum, meetups, and a brilliant group of people who actually do want to help each other. So if you want more confidence, more clarity, and far less faff, the link is below or the QR code is right here. Come join us, you'll fit right in. And by the way, feel free to keep this visual workout going as long as you'd like, because this daily workout is one of the simplest, most effective and cheapest ways to train your eye. No new gear, no trips out and no overwhelm. Just you, your camera or your phone and 10 minutes a day. If you found this helpful, drop it a like, and if you want more videos that make photography simple, inspiring and fun, why not subscribe, which is really appreciated and it helps others find the channel. Enjoy the workout, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.